So here we are, November 25th, 2024. There are 15 cartons that are full and taped, 16 with that one. This in here, just in case somebody stopped us, whatever, we'll tape that one. And then this was a gift in kind filler item. You see that? That says filler item. So anyhow, as I back out of here and not try to trip, which would be good, we are ready for our first full take a load to Atlantic. And from here, people like Daniel and Nikki and others who are going to be working at various processing centers will take care of them and make sure that they are in good shape and head north. So we will keep you all posted on how things are going, and God bless. Pray for the deer, as well for the wind, because we get to go north into a north wind on a cold day. Welcome to Iowa.
Up the last 2 boxes from Hillside and taking them out to this beautifully full trailer. Between Rick and Charlie, they reckon they could have put in another 5 or maybe squeezed in 10 if they'd laid them on their side up in the top. And then they have a box of filler items, gift in kind stuff. They ran out of cartons and had to come up with a box for it.
Yeah, and we could have brought over a couple. That's fine. You guys have figured out.
So there is, not very good lighting, but there is a full trailer.
I can't. It ain't gonna go.
It's not going to go very far.
Yeah,
We are at the Atlantic Gospel Chapel, and I don't have a clue how the lighting is doing, but this is the central drop-off location. So these stalwart young fellows are unloading. They're right down to the last of Clorinda's boxes that they're unloading, and these folks over here are loading them up and counting them off. We will do just a little bit more video after a bit. So the guys are now into the Azelda'sLegacy boxes. The boxes that are from New Life and Gentry and Sheridan. That's what they're unloading now. And we're gonna come over and take a look. This pup trailer is getting just about plumb full. So now by pup, I mean it's a 28-foot trailer. And these guys are loading clear to the top, because once all of these cartons of shoeboxes are on, then they have boxes of filler material, that gift in kind stuff that we have been talking about. And these young men are just getting it done. All of this being loaded by hand. Awesome crew. Kim over here talking to Charlie. Teresa over here marking boxes. The gentleman behind her is keeping track of all of it on the clipboard. And these fellas are just really getting it done. And this lady. So, many hands make light work. The Lord is just blessing this crew. So now that things are a little settled, the loading crew has left. They just showed up and volunteered. That was way cool. But I thought I'd come out here and try to do a little bit more organized comment. These ones you're seeing with filler items on them, those are the gift in kind boxes. And these here at the tail, they're the same thing. There's, I believe she said 16 of those that have gift in kind stuff in them. Beyond the gift in kind ones, There are 372 cartons in there. That totals 5,620 shoeboxes. Just spoke to the gentleman that was adding all this up. 5,620. And we thought these were going to Aurora, Illinois. These are actually going to Denver. So it'll be an adventure to see where some of our boxes land. And our boxes from Bedford and Gentry and Sheridan and Blockton, those are all a part of that. So praise God. Lots of hands, lots of work done, lots of children about to get blessed with the gospel and gifts. And then, as I commented earlier, we are at, I believe it's called the Atlantic Gospel Chapel, I think. At any rate, I'm going to walk around here and see the title on it. So yes, that is the Atlantic Gospel Chapel. Looks like this building was built in 54. There's a little better view. And this is our central drop-off location for this area. So there you have it. And Charlie's inside where it's warm, drinking coffee and trying to figure out paperwork, so I'm going to go join him. Love to all of you. So I'm going to insert one more little clip. Charlie said that this would be out first thing this morning. Well, it's first thing in the morning somewhere. We slept in a little bit this morning, just trying to catch up a bit, and then he's out working outside. So these thoughts, in essence, are kind of gleaned from conversations with Charlie, or Charlie thoughts and our thoughts together. But he's catching up things that need to be caught up right now. So first off, we want to comment, just one more comment of appreciation for our local folks. Whether you are part of New Life, whether you're part of Gentry Christian, whether you're part of Sheridan Christian, whether you're part of First Christian at Mount Air, where we only know one face, but we're looking forward to getting to know them. Whether you're in the Bible study at Appleseed, everybody took a part. Some people specifically packed a shoebox or packed a couple of shoeboxes. Some people brought food when we were working on projects there at our local church. I'm sure some of that happened with these other churches that I've named off too. People brought products. We would walk in and find a box sitting on the table there at church. There's a table where we leave stuff that the next, somebody else needs to pick up. So we'll just put their name on it and leave it there. We would walk in and find Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child written on a cardboard box, and we'd open it up, and somebody had bought, whether it was soccer balls with pumps, whether it was toothbrushes, whatever, we'd walk in and find these boxes. So, many people put things into these boxes, and then in some cases, totally other people packed them. But everyone working, and different people donated for the shipping and for the printing of the greatest gift and those things. But in essence, all these different hands have helped to put together boxes like these that aren't just carrying trinkets, they're opening a door for the gospel. And that's what really grabbed Charlie and I about this whole program, is that it opens the door for the gospel for these kids, which is the greatest gift that we could give to anyone. So along with our local folks, we want to be sure to express appreciation to Stephanie. I met her once when she came out here with a friend, just to be an encouragement, to see how we were set up and so forth, if there was anything else that we needed, anything she could do for us. And Nikki would be very familiar with how you go to the drop-off locations, and Daniel would. How do you go to the drop-off locations and the kinds of things that you do there? Well, Stephanie came out and did that, prayed with us, spent time with us. Other than that, Charlie has interacted with her, because he's the drop-off leader, he has interacted with her way more than what I have. But she's been there to answer questions for him. She's been there to get physical materials for him that he was having trouble finding, where do I order this or what do I do with that. So definitely wanted to express our appreciation for her. Other places in this video, we've talked about Kim and how helpful she was. Also in the background, you saw a gentleman whose name I don't know, who was keeping track of boxes, and a lady who was writing or keeping track of cartons, which in essence is keeping track of 15 boxes at a time. And a lady who was writing the numbers on the cartons as he would call them out to her. And that lady is Teresa. She and I examined jump rope designs together. So that's a story for another time. But again, even up there at the central drop-off, many different hands doing many different jobs. So then the other couple of people that I want to comment on, our appreciation, Daniel and Nikki and their children, Charlie and Wyatt. Inspiration to us. We've done a variety of things with them, and Charlie and I had been slightly involved in packing shoeboxes in the past, but they really grabbed us by the heart with this whole project. Just as we learned more from them and watched the excitement, even in their kids, Charlie and Wyatt, really grabbed us by the heart on this project and how it can bring the gospel into not just that kid's life, but the life of the family, the life of the community. It can reach so many people with God's love, and that will change communities. Sending little humanitarian efforts doesn't really change communities. God's love, Christianity coming into an area, that's what changes communities. That's what, as I told our ladies group at New Life, atheists don't build colleges. Atheists don't build orphanages. Atheists don't build hospitals. Atheists may go help on humanitarian efforts, but they really don't ever push it to a point of making a huge change in people's lives. And this is what the gospel does. The gospel redeems. It changes lives forever. So, Daniel, Nikki, Charlie, Wyatt, you opened a door, you kicked a door off the hinges for us. And that's when we really came on board with this. So we could not express our appreciation without including you guys in that. Now, coming back to, I'm going to turn a page here a little bit. Kind of a last thing that I want to say, and this is something that Charlie picked up. Talking with that older gentleman that you would see at the corner of the trailer, standing there with his clipboard and calling out the numbers, that gentleman right there, Charlie talked with him while I was out shooting that last piece of video at the trailer. He told Charlie the 5,620 shoeboxes, that was a 10% increase from last year. Last year they had about 5,100 shoeboxes. So the 245 that we gathered here from New Life, from First Christian at Mount Air, from Gentry Christian, from Sheridan Christian, and from the guys out at Appleseed. These 5 relatively small ministries, and Azelda's Legacy being a place to gather them, these relatively small ministries in southwest Iowa, northwest Missouri, we made half of that 10% increase happen just by being obedient to what God prompted us to do. 245, that's basically 5% of that 5,620. 5% sounds like a small number, but that's potentially 2,450 people being reached with the gospel. Simply because local people in small local churches, small local ministries are being obedient. We appreciate you guys, each and every one of you guys that did even something that you considered to be the smallest thing. The lady that kept handing us t-shirts that she knew nobody else wanted, but she would sort them out for us. That feels like a throwaway thing, but it helped build this. Whatever God puts on your heart to do it with all your might. It has an effect on the gospel. Love to y'all. there'll be one last clip after this, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again soon. So we'll just wrap up our video with this little shot here. Kim, who heads up the central drop location there at Atlantic, gave me this pillow, said that she made it for me. This is from a former year's t-shirt for OCC, and I just love it. I thought this was so sweet. She had a t-shirt for Charlie. Now he got one, but she had one that was more the size that he wanted, and apparently one of the volunteers thought it was for them, so that didn't entirely work out. But she's just very sweet like that. And we've talked about how important it is to bathe this whole operation in prayer. We had the opportunity to pray with Kim right before we left from up there. Just a dear soul that has been, taking care of all the odds and ends that go into this, what could be a stressful position, and she has just been there, taking care of it, taking care of business, taking care of the boxes, in essence, taking care of the children on the other end, and taking care of the people preparing on this end. She was blessed with workers that just literally showed up today. Some folks thought they were going to be there, then weren't able to, and then all these other helping hands showed up, which you saw the guys in the videos, in the video clips. So it was just a really blessed day, and we were very blessed to be able to work with her. Long, tiring day, as we can see, and when I get these clips all pulled together into one video, I will be going to sleep too. So hope y'all have a blessed night. We love you all very much, everyone who has helped with this part of the project. We know it's way bigger than just our group here, but from our little area of southwest Iowa, I don't think I mentioned Mount Ayr earlier. So First Christian in Mount Ayr, Gentry Christian Church, Sheridan Christian Church. I think I've got those names right. At any rate, you know who you are. Some of the fellows that do Bible study out at Appleseed with Steve Wainwright, and definitely our packing party folks there at New Life. I think I've covered everybody that went into our 245 boxes that came through Azelda's's Legacy's doors. Then 40 cartons, 40 times, approximately 15 that we picked up at Clarinda, as their fellow that usually drives them wasn't able to this year, so we were blessed to get in on that. Then getting to Atlantic and being part of that total of 5,620 boxes that came out of this area of Iowa. So, all of that moving forward to a processing center out to Denver, and we'll be watching to see how many gazillion boxes go through there. At any rate, lots and lots of people involved, and we're thankful for each and every one, but particularly for those of you that we know and love here close to home. Have a blessed night.